showing off my talent or lack thereof.
All right. Well, let me
just pretend they're movies.
Hold on, everybody. First of all, hello and welcome to another episode of Inappropriate Movie Database, the comedy game show about content warnings. I'm your host, Nick Martucci, and I've been running a show now for about 15 minutes, not realizing we weren't live. So I'm going to breeze through this. If you're watching for the first time, go back and watch some of the other episodes, because that is where I will tell you more about how this show works. So flustered. If this is your first time watching, subscribe to the channel. Look, you see how smoothly I went into it and then just brought it to a halt. So here's what happened. We already played a mini game. I brought in my guest. We're doing a game called Subtitles. I read a subtitle. They tell me what the movie is. We did a couple. Nobody knew. A Game of Shadows was the sequel to Sherlock Holmes. But our first-time guest, Crystal Chinn, correctly guessed that Armed and Fabulous is the subtitle to Miss Congeniality. Are we all caught up? Crystal, I'll just say hi to you again real quick.
Nice continuing to see you.
Nice to continue to have you here. You're a movie buff. You worked in a movie theater. You like the sequel, Shrek 2. Hey, Scoot's in the channel. Scoot, I'm so sorry that I didn't have the stream going, but we're back now. So I just ran through all of that. Do you have anything else you want to say before I move on? Crystal?
No, I'm good. You summed it up really well. Reader's Digest version.
Well, again, I'm so thrilled to have you here. So thrilled to have a new first-time guest. Yeah, we're just back into it now. Second guest, Manix Catino. Welcome back. You have books behind you. You thought it was a book episode. It isn't. Manix, do you have a sequel, a number 2 that you really like?
You're going to hate me for this, but The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride.
Not only am I not going to hate you, what if I told you I prefer that to The Lion King?
Okay. I have to watch all 3, so.
It's a good movie. It's a good movie.
1.5's better.
The reason I like it more is I think I hate the character of Simba. So Lion King 2 does a real good thing where you don't see a lot of him. There's some fun stuff in there.
Yeah, like Andy Dick.
That's one of the few times you can say that
sentence.
Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. That's a real fun choice. Manix, welcome back. I'll get this back on the track. I know how I'm hosting the show now.
After we lost JD.
JD will be somewhere. You'll see them pop back up. Hey, JD, let's talk to JD. JD, welcome back to the show, JD Stephans.
Thank you. Hey.
I think this is your now your 3rd show in a row, and maybe your 6th show in 2023.
Yeah.
Are you not sick of me yet?
Are you sick of me? Is the question.
Never. Always delighted to have you on here.
Y'all, you see that fantastic acting? You gotta hire Nick.
Seriously, JD, you are a delight, and you're always welcome on here.
Oh, thank you.
JD, do you have any sequels you like?
So, listen. Yes, I do.
Okay.
I heard The Lion King 2. What about The Lion King 1.5?
I mean, the problem with that is it's the 3rd movie and doesn't fit the theme. But if you like that movie, go ahead and.
Oh, we have to do the 2nd movie. Okay. You know, The Ring 2 was actually pretty good.
Really?
I liked it. And The Grudge 2 was actually pretty. I liked the sequel to The Grudge. A lot of people hated it. because it didn't have it didn't really have Sarah Michelle, but I liked it. I liked
So,
it.
so
How long
you
can
like,
you keep a grudge for, though?
note to
It was
self: she
pretty
likes
good, I
the
thought.
American
was
ripoffs of
pretty-
Asian horror films.
It was pretty dark. There was darkness. I liked the resolution in it.
Have you seen the Japanese movie that puts the two of those characters versus each other?
Yes.
There
Um,
is the Ray versus the
Japanese
Grudge, or
versions
whatever
of-
it's called.
It gave me nightmares. I don't recommend that. That's no. We're not here for that.
All right.
But the Americanized version.
Well, that's fun. I only just saw The Ring for the first time, I think, last year. So I should probably catch up with The Ring too. Well, JD,
pretty
welcome
good.
back.
Thank you.
Finally returning to the show, returning champion. Spoiler
Yay.
for the last episode.
What?
For
He actually
I
won
don't
something?
know. You've got to be close to 50 appearances at this
I think I'm
point, if
there.
not already there. Josh Poirier, welcome back.
What's up, Nick? How you doing? How's it going, everybody?
Going good. How are you doing?
Good. I got my hi, Keegan. There it is.
All right. I just double checked. Not counting the episodes you've hosted, this is number 49 for you.
Oh, cool. I'll take 50.
You're
Oh.
coming up on such a special number.
Sad thing is that's coming up on the age too.
Well, Josh, you're the last one up. Did anybody take the sequel that you've wanted to
Oh.
recommend?
No, they didn't. But it's probably the greatest sequel of all time. Gremlins 2, The New Batch.
So fun. I just rewatched it last week.
It's the
It's-
greatest sequel of all time. It's I love the fact that it's Joe Dante given a budget and basically said, he
Mhm.
said, if you're gonna make me make this movie, I'm gonna make this movie exactly the way I want to make it. and he does.
The only thing that bums me out about it is he wants to make the Looney Tunes movie, and then they
Yeah.
give him the Looney Tunes movie and don't let him make the Looney Tunes movie.
I know, it sucks.
Uh,
But
Gremlins
that's
2
why-
is a much better Looney Tunes movie than Looney Tunes Back in Action.
so that's one of them. But the other one would be probably Strangers Pray at Night, which was fantastic.
I don't even know if that the sequel to The Strangers.
Yeah, it was a sequel to The Strangers, which was probably one of the scariest horror movies when you get right down to it, just because of 3 words in that horror movie.
And I think I know what the 3 words are, even
Yep.
though I've never seen the movie.
Yeah, the 3 words were you were home.
Uh-huh.
And
Well, Josh, welcome back. Welcome, all of you. Let's get some more points on the board before we jump into the real thing.
yeah,
If you can believe it, I still have 8 of these.
no,
So let's run through these and get some points on the board.
All right.
Next one up, the subtitle. Buzz in with your name. Double tap.
Oh, me.
Oh, Jay,
What is it,
Jay,
man?
Jay,
Zombieland.
Jay.
What was that?
Zombieland.
It is Zombieland. That's 1 point.
Oh,
to
I knew
Matt.
that one.
Next up, Revenge of the Fallen.
Jay,
What is it, Jay?
Transformers.
It is Transformers.
oh yeah,
I gotta move. I have a keyboard here that isn't connected to my computer, and I keep trying to use it. Next up, Royal Engagement.
Crystal.
Joy.
Crystal, what is it?
Princess Diaries.
It is Princess Diaries. Next up, Spirit of Vengeance.
oh Josh,
Josh, what is it?
Ghost Rider.
It is Ghost Rider.
It was a
How
sequel.
about The Golden Circle?
Josh,
Josh, what is it?
The Kingsman.
It is The Kingsman. Couple more. How about The Last Wish? Anybody? That is the sequel, the brand new Puss in Boots movie that I hear is great, and I
Oh.
still haven't seen it.
Oh,
Oh,
2 more. How about The Smell of Fear?
John,
Yep. Josh, what do you think?
is this The Naked Gun?
It is Naked Gun 2.5. Last one, The Meltdown.
Oh, me.
What is it, Manix?
Well, I don't think it is now. Ice Age 2.
It is Ice Age 2.
I thought it was just called Ice Age 2 Meltdown. I didn't realize we had that there.
And that is that's subtitles. That means right now, Josh is in the lead at 3. Crystal and Manix both at 2. JD got 1. That means, Josh, you're going to go first in the real game as far as picking a movie goes.
Nice.
Now, no more yelling out. If you think you know the answer, hit the raise hand button. If this is your first time watching, here's what's going to happen with the this is what we do with the show. I've gone to IMDb, the Internet Movie Database, and I have pulled parental warnings for a bunch of movies, all sequels. These parental warnings, I don't write them. I don't know who writes them. Anonymous weirdos have provided me days of entertainment at this point, and entertainment's a strong word. What I'm going to do, I'm going to read these parental warnings. My friends here are going to try to figure out what movie these warnings are from. Josh, like I said, you get to pick the first here.
Hold on 1 second. One second. I gotta fix something. There we go. That's better.
There we go. Now you get the 2. Josh, would you like a sequel for 1988, 1997, or 2011?
Oh, 88.
88. I feel like I'm going to touch this other keyboard every single time I need to type something. So that's going to be fun. If you see me reaching and then leaning and reaching more, that's what's going on.
Right.
First movie of the night for 1988 for 5 points under the category of sex and nudity. A woman kisses a man, but does it in a way of killing him.
Kisses a man, but does it in the way of killing him?
It does it in a way of killing him.
I know this movie. Wait. She kisses him and he dies.
I think...
Yeah, I know this one.
All right, JD, what do you think?
The year was 95?
88.
88.
I have a feeling you don't know this, JD.
I was going to say Batman.
The sequel to Batman?
Yes.
You know we're doing number 2s, right?
I'm going to sit down.
I won't even count that. I feel like you're
I was thinking Poison Ivy. I'm sorry.
That is the 4th Batman.
I'm going to sit down.
All right, great. Great to have you, JD. What did I say? 6th episode in this year?
It's good to be here, Nick. It's just good to be here.
All right. For 4 points under the category of frightening and intense scenes, Frank returns to his true form.
Who?
Frank. He returns to his true form.
Wait.
All
Wasn't a
right.
sequel to that.
For 3 points under violence and gore, won't be helpful based on the topic tonight, but violence-wise, the sequel is much worse than its predecessor. Much more violent sequel than the first one.
I don't think it had a sequel, but I'm gonna throw something.
All right, Josh, what do you think?
Monster Squad?
It is
2?
not Monster Squad.
I didn't think they had a sequel, so just throw that out there.
All right, for 2 points under violence and gore, a man gets his face sliced with wires. He is shown with a bloody face. Some tentacle makes its way into his mouth as he is lowered off screen. We got Manix and Josh have buzzed in. Anybody else? What do you think, Manix?
Hellraiser 2?
Josh, what do you think?
Hellraiser 2 Hellbound.
It is Hellbound, Hellraiser 2.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a great movie.
Never saw
But
it.
I know the cover.
It's actually a really good movie.
Like, it's not as good as the first one, but there is a scene in it that is one of the most gruesome scenes I've ever seen in a movie, I think.
I I think it was actually better than the original, just because it built on the lore more, I think, and I like that.
Final clue in that under violence and gore: Channard, in Cenobite form, kills all of the Cenobites. After they die, they are shown in human form. He slices Pinhead's human neck with blood pouring out. That puts Josh and Manix tied at 4. Crystal is at 2. JD is at 1.
That was another little fact about that. That was actually originally rated X for violence.
I'd buy that. Manix, you get to pick the next movie.
Cool.
Would you like a movie from 1975, 2016, or 2020?
2020.
2020.
I'm gonna regret this, aren't I?
We all remember all the movies that came out in 2020. There's nothing else important going on. This sequel from 2020 for 5 points under sex and nudity. A young woman masturbates in a bathroom, but nothing is shown as the camera is shoulder top. No nudity as the scene is shown comically.
I think of all the female masturbation movies from 2020.
All right, for 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, a man is threatened to be executed throughout the film until he completes his mission. Okay, for 3 points under sex and nudity, a young woman hands a book over to the babysitter, which contains hand-drawn pictures of a vagina and masturbation.
What is the year?
2020.
It contains pictures.
Haven't a single clue.
For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, overall somewhat tamer than its predecessor. However, the film is still very much R-rated. Crystal has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Crystal?
I don't think it's right, but Sinister 2?
It is not Sinister 2. Though I hope Marty is watching, because they will love that you brought up Sinister 2.
Marty loves to yell at us in the comments.
That's
It's
true.
I saw it. I didn't like it.
A really great way to cheat if you have a computer is to just watch for Marty's comments.
All right, last clue for 1 point under sex and nudity. When the main character hurries into the elevator, which goes to the hotel room of Rudy Giuliani, he misspells penthouse as panty house to the room service lady in order to take him there. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? Manix also has a guess. Manix, what do you think?
Is it the second Borat?
Josh, what do you think?
Is it the Borat with a lot of words after it? The second one.
So many words after it, but the shortened version is Borat subsequent movie film. I will give you both points for that. Bringing Josh and Manix, continuing their tie, 5 each. Crystal and JD are in second place with 1 each. So it's still anybody's game.
I mean, technically, Rudy Giuliani was in it, so it could have been Sinister too.
Crystal, you're up now. Would you like a movie from 1981, 1999, or 2019?
1999.
1999. Okay, from 1999 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. A character's backstory may be somewhat upsetting for young viewers. A character's backstory may be somewhat upsetting for young viewers.
Giuliani story?
All right, for 4 points under profanity, no language. as this is a G-rated film. Anyone and everyone can watch this film and enjoy it.
Not the Rudy Giuliani story.
Okay, for 3 points under violence and gore. Nearly all played for laughs in a sequence that turns out to be a video game. We see a character exchanging laser beam fire with an army of robots. Some robot parts fly to the ground after an explosion, and a character gets its torso shot off.
Oh, yeah.
He gets his torso shot off?
Yep, it's a film for anyone and everyone.
I think I know it, but I can't.
And this isn't a video game.
A sequence that turns out to be a video game.
Oh, son of a bitch. Go ahead.
All right, well, the 2-point clue isn't going to help you. Again, these clues aren't necessarily written for the themes. Frightening and intense scenes, it's definitely toned down from the first, with much less name-calling and only a few intense scenes. All
No,
right,
I'm gonna-
fine. No, you're going to guess, Josh.
No, I'm not. I'm just gonna say
All
I'm gonna kick myself at the first clue.
Last clue for 1 point under violence and gore, and it's a long one. A character flies into a door. A character is tied onto cardboard and put in a box. A character is used as a battering ram. A character tackles another and pulls its arm behind its back. A character tries to hit another with a pickaxe. A couple of characters scuffle. 2 characters shoot at each other, and 2 boxing characters punch each other. A dog picks up a character with its mouth, shakes it around, throws it to the ground, and licks his face. Everybody's got their hands up now. JD, what do you think this movie is?
Toy Story 2?
Crystal, what do you think?
Toy Story 2.
Josh?
Toy Story 2.
Manix?
Toy Story 2.
Of course it's Toy Story 2.
I actually knew that at the video game. I just second guessed myself a lot.
Yeah, me too.
For some reason, I was thinking Toy
Right?
Story 2 came out.
Were
way
you thinking
before
that at the video game, Josh?
Yeah, that's what I was
Like-
thinking.
Yeah, me too. I second guessed it. I was like, no, it's me. It's wrong.
Well, we've got one more movie left in this round, and everybody scores the same, but 1 point higher. JD, you
Solidarity.
get to pick this one.
Oh, goody.
Would
That's going to
you-
go well for everyone.
Would you like a sequel from 1986, 2005, or 2019?
Oh, boy. Let's do 2005.
2005. Okay, from 2005 for 5 points under violence and gore. A young woman walks out of a house and appears catatonic.
From 2005?
From 2005. All right, for 4 points, also under violence and gore. A boy looks in a mirror and sees the ghost of a girl behind him. He continuously takes photos while standing in front of the mirror, and in each photo, you see the girl get closer until she's right behind him. Josh has a guess. Anybody else?
From 2005?
For 2005.
2005. There's a ghost. The girl walks out of a house catatonic. There's a ghost of a girl
Uh-huh.
and a boy taking pictures, and she keeps getting closer.
Yep.
2005? Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Okay. JD, what do you think?
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets.
Josh, what do you think?
The Ring 2.
It is not Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets.
Ah, it is The Ring, isn't it? God.
Instead, it's JD's favorite sequel, The Ring 2.
Damn it! I'm so sad! That's just that. I'm gonna go sit in the corner now. I can't believe I didn't guess my movie.
It was
I
all
was so
there for
sad.
you. You picked the year and everything.
I know. I was like, this is my moment.
And I was sitting there going, she's gonna say The Ring too. She's gonna say The Ring too. And then she deviated in such a way that I couldn't even believe what she said.
I gotta stop like second guessing myself. I keep going, no, that's not right. It's like, no, just say it. Just say it.
Also in The Ring 2, under violence and gore, a woman goes into a very dark and creepy basement filled with spider webs, finds a mirror, and sees the distorted image of her face. And she finds many deer antlers hanging from the ceiling, as well as an album with newspaper clippings about a woman who tried to kill her child. Profanity, one F word by Naomi Watts' character in the last part of the previous film, quote, "I'm not your fucking mother." And violence and gore, a young man sees a dark liquid oozing from under a doorway. He goes into the room and sees an image of a TV. We see a figure with decomposing gray-tinged skin and long hair hanging over its face climb out of a well, walk towards the screen, and we see a flash while the young woman in the room screams.
It all happened in Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets too. JD, I mean, you were right on there, JD.
Okay, just stay with me. I know that I was wrong on the year, but I was thinking of the little boy and his camera and how he was taking pictures of everything with the basilisk.
Josh, that means you've catapulted to the lead, 10 points. Manix at 6, Crystal at 2, JD at 1. That brings us to another mini game, another opportunity to get some points. In a minute, I'm going to ask one of you to choose between 4 options of a multiple choice question. You get it right, you get 4 points. Get it wrong, next person gets to guess. Get it right, you get 3 points. If not, next person guesses. Get it wrong, you get it right, you get 2 points. If not, next person can get 1 point if they can remember the movie that's left. JD, since you're in last place, I'm going to let you go first, and I'm also going to let you pick. Do you prefer something older or something newer?
When you say newer,
do
you mean 2000s?
Yes.
Or do you mean now?
2000s.
Yes.
All right, then we will go in reverse order. What I've done is got 4 movies from a decade. All you have to tell me is which one of these movies doesn't have a sequel. This first group is from the 2000s, JD. Which of these movies does not have a sequel?
Okay, let's do it.
Coyote Ugly, Road Trip, Donnie Darko, or Mean Girls?
Okay, it's Coyote Ugly or what?
Coyote Ugly, Road Trip, Donnie Darko, or Mean Girls?
I'm going to say Mean Girls.
Sequel came out 7 years later in 2011, Mean Girls 2.
What?
Uh-huh.
What?
Uh-huh. Josh, it's to you
What?
now, since you are next in line. Is it Coyote Ugly, Road Trip, or Donnie Darko?
I think it might be Road Trip.
9 years later, in 2009, came Road Trip Beer Pong.
Know which one it is.
Manix, is it Coyote Ugly or Donnie Darko?
Coyote Ugly.
Yeah.
It is Coyote Ugly for 2 points. Donnie Darko, of course, in 2009 came out with S. Darko.
Although we all want to forget that happened.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. That was a terrible movie.
I'm gonna love the fact that I'm gonna love it when I watch it now, because everybody hates it.
It's awful.
Josh, you're gonna hate this because of the way that JD chose, but I'm gonna give you 4 movies from the 90s. Which of these doesn't have a sequel? Is it Kindergarten Cop, Demolition Man, The Sandlot, or Jingle All the Way?
Kindergarten Cop.
In 2016, 16 years later, Dolph
Damn it.
Lundgren starred in Kindergarten Cop 2.
Damn it.
I believe Manix. Is it Demolition Man, The Sandlot, or Jingle All the Way?
Say Jingle All the Way.
Came out 18 years later in 2014, Jingle All the Way 2, starring Larry the Cable Guy.
Oh gosh.
Uh-huh.
I'm glad
Crystal.
I forgot that existed.
Nope, still better than Estarco.
Crystal, is it Demolition Man or The Sandlot?
Demolition Man.
It is Demolition Man for 2 points.
The
Sandlot had a sequel 12 years later in 2005, The Sandlot 2, and I think a third movie as well.
Sandlot 2 starring John Lovitz. No, not really.
And Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah.
Manix, we go
Ladybugs
to
too.
you now. I think you know what's going on. We're going to the 80s. Which of these 80s movies doesn't have a sequel? Is it Splash, Commando, The Lost Boys, or Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Splash.
TV movie 4 years later, Splash, TOO,
What?
Splash 2. Crystal, is it Commando, The Lost Boys, or Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
Lost Boys.
In fact, they made 2 sequels. The first one in 2008, Lost Boys: The Tribe.
Took them long enough.
It sure did. I think Corey Feldman returns for both of them.
Oh god.
Corey Haim was dead.
JD, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm having bad reception. Sorry.
Totally okay. JD, which of these movies doesn't have a sequel? Commando
Yeah.
or Roadhouse?
Roadhouse.
I don't know these movies.
Roadhouse.
But that doesn't make a difference because the one I thought I knew I didn't know, so it really doesn't matter. Let's flip a coin. Commando just sounds so ridiculous. It probably does. It sounds like naked people. I'm sure they'd make a sequel of that. Let's just say Roadhouse.
Unfortunately, 15 years later, they made Roadhouse 2, Last Call. Josh, what movie's left?
It's Commando. Hey,
Commando
Bennett, stick around.
does
Bennett,
not have a
stick around. Bennett, stick around. What happened to him? I let him go. Some of the best.
All right.
Best Arnold lines.
Final decade. Crystal, I hope you know movies from the 70s.
We're gonna try.
Which of these movies from the 70s doesn't have a sequel? Is it Last Picture Show, The Wicker Man, Death Race 2000, or The Jerk?
The Jerk.
Again, TV movie, TOO, The Jerk
Darn
2
it.
in 1984.
This shouldn't count.
JD,
Oh, Lord.
I know you know all of these movies. Is it The Last
Oh, yeah.
Picture Show?
Oh, we are ready to go.
The Last Picture Show, The Wicker Man, or Death Race 2000?
What was the last one?
Death Race 2000.
Death Race 2000?
2000.
I'm going to say The Last Picture Show.
Took them 19 years, but in 1990,
Oh my
Texasville
God.
came out. Josh, The Wicker Man or Death Race 2000?
Well, both of them had remakes.
But
And-
one of them has a sequel.
One of them has a sequel. I'm pretty sure the one that has a sequel is fucking son of a bitch. I'm gonna say The Wicker Man.
2011 is when the director of The Wicker Man wrote a sequel called The Wicker Tree based on a book that he also wrote, The Wicker Tree. That is 2 points to Josh.
Oh, nice. Thought I got it wrong.
Well, Death Race 2000 has a remake that has a sequel, but the original does not have a sequel.
So
that means JD ended that round with 0 points. Crystal
I'm
and
confused.
Manix ended with 2 points each. Josh there at the end got 3 points, meaning Josh is now at 13. Manix is at 8. Crystal is at 4. JD is at 1. And because you scored the most, Josh, you get to start again. Would you like a movie from 2004, 2014, or 2022?
Oh, 2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Okay, from 2004 for 5 points under sex and nudity. In a scene, a character dies over a pile of porn magazines. They are in the corner in the screen, but explicit covers are visible.
How'd they predict my death?
All right, for 4 points under violence and gore, in black and white, the main character is brutally shot in the head at point-blank range and blood splatters.
2004.
2004.
Wait. Can you
2004. Ow.
can you say that once more?
2004, in black and white, the main character is brutally shot in the head at point-blank range and blood splatters. JD, what do you think this movie is?
Sin City.
It is not Sin City.
No.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, that's the first movie.
Oh no, I
And
meant like the sequel to Sin
the
City.
sequel came out in like 2013.
Yeah. Okay.
See, yeah.
All right, for 3 points under violence and gore. Not as violent and gruesome as the first one, but the scene where the woman's eye is ripped out is very graphic. Josh has a guess. Anybody else? What do you think, Josh?
Not just a guess. It's Hostel 2.
Josh, it is not Hostel
Oh, no,
2.
It is.
So it is a
Really?
guess, if you can believe
Really?
it or not.
Oh wow! I'm surprised because that happened.
All right.
All
I
right.
feel like this is going to help at least one of you. For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, the bride's final confrontation with the title character, although they only fight for about 30 seconds,
That's right.
and the lead up to it is intense, emotionally.
That's right.
Seems like
Shit.
Josh is the only one who knows this.
Yep.
Go ahead and tell them what this movie is, Josh.
Kill Bill Volume 2.
It is Kill Bill Volume 2.
Not the eye ripping out scene.
Different eye ripping out scene.
Much different. Much different. I'm so sad that my mind went to Hostel 2 first.
So am I. That brings Josh up to 14, Manix at 8, Crystal at 4, JD is down to 0. Next up is Manix. Manix, would you like a movie from 1997, 2011, or 2016?
1997.
1997.
I liked you, Manix.
All right, 1997 for 5 points under frightening and intense scenes. The dividing wall scene and the climax are fairly intense.
Final scene.
Sorry.
The dividing wall scene and the climax are fairly intense. 1997.
Sorry, I just realized it bumped me.
All right, Josh has raised his hand. Anybody else?
Nope.
Manix
I'm
is
just happy to
also-
be there.
Manix, what do you think this movie is?
The Lost World.
Josh, what do you think?
That's exactly my guess. The Lost World.
You two are just right in step with each other, both losing a point on that. It is not
Okay,
the
good.
Lost World Jurassic Park.
It's so weird. So weird that wasn't right.
It was beautiful that you did it together.
I wasn't gonna do it unless I saw someone else do it. So
Yeah, I was going. I was like, I got a point to waste. I might as well say The Lost World.
All right, for 4 points under sex and nudity, Derek is only in his boxers. Derek.
T-Rex in Lost World. Because that T-Rex was sexy.
All right, for 3 points under violence and gore. A man is on the hood of a car which crashes into a pile of metal pipes. Excuse me. The man's head is impaled on a pipe. There is a graphic and bloody close-up of the pipe through his head, and his head squished against the windshield. Blood is seen on the windshield and his head. His body twitches and convulses. Very graphic.
That sounds like The Lost World.
We got all these movies and Toy Story 2. What an episode.
I think I know this movie. I just can't think of what the fuck it is.
All right, for 2 points under violence and gore. Phil is stabbed in the head by the killer. The knife goes through the restroom stall divider after he puts his ear on the stall partition. The knife is shown bloody after the killer pulls it out of the partition. His ear is shown bleeding. The scene is very bloody. Phil is shown lying on the restroom floor in a pool of blood.
God damn it.
Seems to be only Josh again. All right, Josh, tell them what this movie. Oh, hold on,
Scream
Manix.
2.
Manix.
Scream 2.
Josh.
Scream 2.
It is Scream 2. And unfortunately, I have to give that point to Manix as well.
A little late buzzing after I said Scream 2.
No, he buzzed in before, and I tried to get you to shut up, but you kept going.
Manix.
Didn't do it.
God damn it.
I was gonna say Home Alone 3.
Final clue under violence and gore. Ghostface throws CC off a balcony face first. She screams loudly. Threw it right there in the clue.
Yeah, they played that scene and parodied that the bathroom scene in the Scary Movie.
They sure did, and that didn't age well.
No, it did not. It did not age well at all. I was just about to say that.
But yeah, that opening scene of Scream 2 is second only to the first one. It's amazing.
It really is. It really is very good.
Josh, you're now at 15. Manix is at 9. Crystal at 4. JD is, I'm sure, making something beautiful.
Thank you.
You're
Come on,
welcome.
Manix is only at 9 because of me.
I feel like there was a point. There was some sort of a point mix up during the mini game, though, wasn't there?
It might have been. I don't know.
I don't believe so.
I don't know. Well,
I feel like someone said Wicker Man and got a point for it.
Yeah, because oh my god.
yeah.
Because
Huh?
I did not play that right, did I?
Oh, you didn't.
Manix, you held your tongue for a while.
Hey, last time I tried to call you out, I was proven wrong right away.
Would you have, I'm going to give it to you anyway. I feel like you would have remembered Death Race 2000. You were after him. We fixed these points. I forgot what my own game was. I was so excited. So the revised score, because one of you is paying attention to what's going on here. Josh is at 14. Manix is at 10. Crystal at 4. JD at 0.
Right.
2 movies remain.
All right. We'll see how this ends now. All right.
Crystal, would you like a movie from 1975, 1981, or 2019?
Let's do 2019.
Oh, Crystal.
You're welcome.
Oh.
All right. Penultimate movie before the final betting round from 2019 for 5 points under violence and gore. A drone is ordered to kill somebody. This thankfully ends up being prevented. Other characters are specifically threatened / planned to be killed. Crystal buzzed in real quickly with that. Anybody else? What do you think, Crystal?
Incredibles 2?
That is a great guess, but it is not The Incredibles 2.
Sugars.
Hey, what happens if you pick 2019?
Incredibles 2 came out in 2019.
Which is funny to me for this next clue for 4 points under profanity. 1 incomplete use of fuck, just like the last time before the end of the movie.
Yeah, that was Mr. Incredible, right?
I thought that was a baby.
1 incomplete use of fuck, just like the last time before the end of the movie.
Oh. Fun.
All right, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes. Many buildings and special monuments in London get fictionally destroyed, and this can be shocking and intense to watch for young viewers and British residents. Crystal is in again. Anybody else?
Oh.
All right, Crystal, what do you think?
Spider-Man 2? Far
I'm gonna-
From Home?
Oh, you got the subtitle too. I have to give it to you. It is Spider-Man Far From Home. Also in Spider-Man Far From Home, under frightening and intense scenes during the illusion sequence, a zombie Iron Man appears from his grave and Black Widow spiders are crawling all over him. Very scary. And sex and nudity. When the hero puts on a new suit, he says, quote, "It's a little tight around the old web shooter." He is referring to his genitals.
No, he's not. Where'd they get that from? He's got web shooters on his wrists.
You're almost all still in this. Josh is at 14. Manix is at 10. Crystal's at 6. JD, I'm just glad to have you here.
Thank you. I don't know any of these movies, so I'm just like, okay.
Spider-Man.
All
We're
right.
just gonna draw. It's cool.
Well, JD, you do get to pick the last movie.
Josh, what year feels good to you, buddy?
I have a feeling I know what Josh will pick. But
Okay.
JD, would you like a movie from 1986, 2014, or 2022?
Josh, what are you feeling, buddy?
I'm not feeling anything from 20 or 2020 for anything from the 2000s. Put it
He
that
would
way.
like the middle one. He'll have the middle one.
2014?
Oh.
Yes. Is that
JD, you're wonderful. You skipped right past the Karate Kid Part 2 to do what this
God
movie
damn
is.
it. I knew it was a Karate Kid Part 2.
All right, final movie before the final round. From 2014 for 5 points under sex and nudity. 2 characters share a passionate kiss after not having seen each other in 20 years.
It's 1994 when better movies were made. Or 1996. Yeah. No,
this is
You said
2014.
you wanted the 2000s.
1994. I said I didn't want the
He said
2000s.
anything but the 2000s.
I thought he said he wanted the 2000s. Sorry,
For 4 points under frightening and intense scenes, there is a character who is missing an arm, and his stub is shown, which could frighten younger children. All right, for 3 points under frightening and intense scenes. The film deals with issues such as family hardships, war, dictatorship, and poaching of animals, among others.
Operation Dumbo Drop too. we bought a zoo too.
For 2 points under frightening and intense scenes, compared to the first film, there are more frequent and intense action scenes. This includes battles where casualties occur, although deaths are more implied than shown. Manix is taking a guess. Anybody else?
No.
All right, Manix, what do you think this movie is?
Deadpool 2?
Yeah, I think the stub being shown would frighten younger children in Deadpool 2. It is not Deadpool 2.
Only I would take my child to Deadpool 2.
All right, final clue.
It's on Disney.
For 1 point under frightening and intense scenes, some of the new dragons, particularly the massively large ones, may frighten children. We got 2 hands up. Anybody else? JD is also. Manix, you got nothing? All right, JD, what do you think this movie is?
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Crystal, what do you think?
How to Train Your Dragon 2.
Josh?
Train Your Dragon to some subtitle.
There is no subtitle. It is How to Train Your Dragon 2.
You know, they messed out there. They could have done How to Train Your Dragon. Come on.
It's like with Fast 10 coming out. If the tagline's not Fast 10 your seatbelts, then we got a problem.
All right, that means Josh is at 15. Manix is at 9. Crystal is at 7. JD is at 1. That brings us to the final betting round. This goes Final Jeopardy style. In a moment, I'm going to ask you a question with a number in it based on long-awaited sequels. All I want you to do right now is privately send me a message with a bet from 1 to 10 about how confident you are with long-awaited sequels.
What's my point spread between 1 and 2?
There are 6 points between the two of you, and then 8 points between you and third. I got JD.
Do I Facebook you or something?
No, if you open up the chat in Zoom, you can send it just to me.
Oh, okay.
Person who gets closest gets their points. If you get it exactly right, I will give you an additional 3 points. All right. Josh, we got Crystal. And Manix. Okay. Long-awaited sequels. This is a real quick question. How many years passed between The Wizard of Oz and its official sequel, Return to Oz? All I want you to do is privately message me how many years passed between The Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz.
Calculator.
I've got a guess from Crystal.
Give me a sec. Are you talking about the books or are you talking about
No, I'm talking about the movie. JD, the M in this game stands for movie.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to math.
You were trying to math and just sent me the equation. Josh has sent me an answer.
Well, because like I was rounding around, like I think they were made around this. So you know what we're gonna do?
No.
Wizard of Oz and Return to Oz. JD has given me an answer.
I love that I sent you the equation. It's like, please solve for my answer.
Manix, I don't see you. Did you send me anything?
I think I did.
I see JD. I see Josh. I see JD again.
I'm sending you in the chat.
I solved the equation and then played around with it.
Oh, for some reason, it's coming up at the top of my screen. I see two different guesses in there. Which one do you want to go with, Manix?
The one that I meant to hit.
The second one?
The second one.
All right. All right. Everybody's guesses are in. Crystal guessed 34 years. JD guessed 36 years. Josh guessed 47 years. Manix guessed 56 years. I will tell you that the original Wizard of Oz came out in 1939.
39.
The sequel came out in 1985.
Oh, it was up by a
Whoa.
year.
Meaning 46 years.
I was up by a year.
Both JD and Manix were off by 10 years in different directions. Crystal was off by 12. Like Josh said, he was off by 1. So Crystal,
I mean, I should have just kept going down, huh?
Crystal unfortunately loses 4 points. JD, as they're known to do, has lost 10 points. Manix has also lost 10 points. Josh so close to the extra 3, but has just gained 5 points. Which means our final scores tonight are JD at -9, Manix at -1, first-time player Crystal at 3, Josh an absolute runaway at 20 points. Josh Poirier, for the second show in a row, you have won the show.
Nice.
Do you
Nicely
still
done.
hate the final question, Josh?
No, I love it now. I love it now. I'm so pissed at myself because I knew it was 85 or 86, and I was like, 86 was a great year for sequels, so it's like I went with 86. But the Return to Oz is terrifying, by the way. Terrifying film.
I think I just saw it too late. I didn't see it as a kid. I saw it, I think, 2 years ago. And
the Wheelers are just
didn't do anything for me.
Oh, goddamn.
Well, thank you all for playing this game. This was so
Thank you,
much
Nick.
fun.
This was a lot of fun.
Before we go, if there's anything you want to promote, anywhere you want to be found, or just any last words, any final sentences to leave us with. I see Crystal shaking your head, so I'll ask you first. You don't have anything that you want
No,
to say to
peace.
anybody? Peace to you as well. Crystal, you were great, and I hope you come back.
Definitely.
Manix, you got your creative stuff.
My creative stuff right there. Instagram, Manix's creative MCSAT. Graphic arty works of all sorts of kinds. I make stickers. I do commissions. I want to show you more of my stuff, so find me on the social medias and hire me to do something.
MCSAT, do we also use you to pass college credit?
Sure. Yeah, we can work that out.
JD, anything you want to tell people about?
I started when I was 3, Nick.
Oh boy, I'm never gonna get to mine.
No, for real. Things. Yes. Okay. So coming up March 2nd through 5th, we have the QT Comedy Festival. So that's gonna be really exciting. I just found out I was accepted into that. So excited.
Oh hell yeah, congrats.
Yeah. What else? February 13th, I'm going to be doing another episode of Mental Health Mondays where I am going to be returning as the host. And that's going to be really exciting. We have Kelly Zemnikas coming on as the guest. What else? Trying to think of things. Oh yeah, this Friday. Excuse me. I'm a terrible person.
Oh yeah.
I have 2 things this Friday. So this Friday, 6 p.m. we're doing a royalty nights through the Instagram Live. You can follow that at Royalty Nights Live, I believe. And it's going to be an open mic, but it's also going to have features. I'm actually featuring. It's going to be really cool. Am I going to do comedy? Am I going to do poetry? You got to tune in and find out.
Yeah.
It's ran by a really great friend of mine, Prince Jay, who's just like the sickest, dopest poet. If anyone watched the New Year's Eve show that Sammy and I ran, Prince Jay was actually featured there.
Yeah, I gotta check out this show. Let's see if I remember on Friday. And
Yeah,
by Friday,
you
you mean
can
tomorrow, right?
Yeah, it's tomorrow
Yeah.
at 6 p.m. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'll send you the flyer so you can check it out.
Sounds
And
good.
then if you happen to be local to the Southern California area and actually watching this before tomorrow, I'm also hosting an open mic in person at the Cat and Raven Collective, which is this amazing store that's actually run by one of my coven members. So that's gonna be really cool. February 25th.
JD,
I believe.
also, I will say you're on again on Monday.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah,
I
you
have
can
to,
save some of this stuff.
I'm gonna hold it in. I'm gonna hold it in. Thank you, Nick.
JD, you're a wonderful person. Thank you for continuing to do this. Finally, our winner, Josh. What do you want to tell people about?
I forgot.
Interesting points will be coming back soon.
This points will be coming back soon. I'm hosting the show next Thursday.
You are hosting the show Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Movies that feature wrestlers, pro wrestlers. You'd be surprised at some of the ones I found. It's really kind of shocked me that some of the movies that I found that feature pro wrestlers. And it's not just all about pro wrestling. It's shocking. Think what else? Besides that, thank you, Nick, for all the stuff you do here. I want to take this moment just to thank you for running the show. So I love this show so much, and I'm so happy to be on it, although as much as I am. I know I'm on it a ton, but I do appreciate everything you do, Nick, and appreciate the show, and keep running as long as you can, brother.
Josh, thank you so much. I love you, bro. Thank you all for doing this. Once again, Crystal Chinn, JD Stephans, Josh Poirier, Manix Catino. I'm Nick Martucci. You can find me on all social media at Blundering Idiom. Find the show on Facebook, search Inappropriate Movie Database, or click the link in the description of this video, Twitter and Instagram at IMDb Game. We do this show 2 times a week, Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, Thursday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern, right here on this channel. So if you like this, go watch some of the others. I swear they at least open better than this one. Also, like I said, I'm currently booking for February. We have a few shows that still have space available, including that one next Thursday that Josh is hosting, movies featuring wrestlers. So if you want to jump on that or any of the shows, reach out to me on any of those places. We'll be back next Monday night at 9 p.m. Eastern with Rotten Movies. Really just another excuse to do another round of bad movies, this time based on Rotten Tomatoes scores. We got a real good one for that one too. JD's going to be back. Marty's going to be on that show. Jessica Mayup's going to be on that show, and LC Clark's coming back. So you're going to want to see that. I'm going to try to hold that show together. Thank you so much for watching.